Hello ladies and gentlemen, Cone Dodger here. Welcome back to Formula 1 2018 as we get ready for the Bahrain Grand Prix. This is a... how many laps is it? Does it say right here anywhere? It doesn't. It used to say that last season. It's a race of some amount of laps. Strategy for this race is just like any other, nail the start, lead out of turn 1, win by miles. Any questions? Well, I'm starting like 7th, so that's unlikely there, Jeff, really. The weather looks good. Car is good. I think I'm ready to hit the track. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. No interviews this week. Maybe after the race, but yeah, we haven't had any interviews at this point.
There's something in the Bahrain air tonight, and I'm not just talking about the sand. Our brightest minds have thrust their brightest ideas into the spotlight of the Sakhir circuit this evening as we look ahead once more to a Grand Prix that has thrilled us so consistently in the past.
It is a pretty good track. Usually pretty good races
There's no shortage
here.
of passing opportunities around the 3.36 miles of the Bahrain International Circuit, with the best at turn 1, of course, and then another soon into turn 4. 15 corners here, 6 to the left and 9 to the right.
I didn't realize there was that much elevation.
1 or 2 flat spots into the tight left-hander of turn 10.
All right.
With that then, let's run through the grid order. Sebastian Vettel will start on pole. Fantastic qualifying from the multiple world champion.
After his
Edging out
DNF to start the
Raikkonen,
season.
he'll start P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Bottas, Max Verstappen and Ricciardo. Red, Hulkenberg, Sainz and
Red.
Sergio Perez. Van Dorn, Magnussen, Fernando Alonso and Ericsson. Stroll, Gasly, Brendan Hartley and Esteban Ocon. Sirotkin and Charles Leclerc
Wow,
rounds
already a
off the
penalty
grid.
for Sauber.
And with lights out just moments away,
Oh,
Now that
I
we've
must
got
have
some
hit
points
it.
on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
Will do. Oh, interesting strategy here. They are calling for a two-stopper from the super to the soft. I liked the soft tire. I'm not upset about that. However, our car has been very good on tires. I almost kind of wonder, and it has been a talking point for Formula 1 this season. Oh, edit strategy. I was like, can I not edit strategy anymore? Of the fact that the strategy has typically been one stop, and there's not been a lot of variance in strategy this year. It's the only thing that's kind of been a little bit of a letdown, a little bit of a difference between previous seasons. Just curious if they've modified this at all, if it's any easier to get rid of stints, and apparently it is not any easier to get rid of stints. They're showing those mediums would never make it. I would have to go real far in those supers. So I guess I will revert the strategy, and I will stick to the main strategy unless we get offered something else in the race. Maximum tire wear would... that was pit on lap. Wait, what? Oh, I see. So if we want to pit at 58% wear, 6. If we want to pit at 72% wear, pit on lap 8. Okay. How is the fuel? 29 laps for a 29-lap race. I will fuel this thing up a little bit. Even though we don't necessarily have to use Rich Mix as much as we used to, I still like to have the ability to. So I'm going to put a couple laps of fuel in it. And I think that does it. Let's see. We're on the left side of the track here. It's a little tough, but there's plenty of room. So the field might fan out. We might still get to the inside. We'll see. Okay, let's try to start our first dry start. Oh, spun him pretty hard there. Not my best. But we got plenty of room in front of us going down into turn 1, which is nice. Hey, Ricardo! Did you know that I exist in this world?
Alright, let's focus now on the rest of the race.
Oh, something happened behind us, I believe. Safety car even.
The safety car has been deployed. Watch
Okay.
your delta. Make sure you keep it positive as we catch the pack.
A lap 1 safety car could very much so change the complexion of this race. Let's go to lean mix. Let's save our ERS, even though I don't think we'll even use it because we won't deploy. I'm going to turn it off completely just in case, so that we're definitely at 100%. So yeah, this This could play a huge factor into the race because the tires are going to last longer, and we might be able to push it to a one-stop strategy. We'll have to see how long the safety car lasts. First safety car of the season, I believe. I just did that other race, I should remember, but I may have already forgotten. Pretty sure it is, though. I think we were close, but they pulled it off track in Australia. See if the safety car procedure has made any changes. I doubt it. There was some bugs in 2017 where cars would glitch through you and you would lose position. Hopefully those are gone. Oh, we have pitters already. What is he doing? Is he going straight to the softs? I bet she's going straight to the softs. Or maybe straight to mediums, but I think probably he's just bypassing that first stop under green. It's a strong strategy. It's one that I could see working better as a two-stop, but it's going to really push his second runs. He's either going to need to go soft medium or just baby his softs. I think I would rather try to extend my first run on the supers to the point that mediums could be an option. Or is soft a mandatory tire? I think they mandatory only one set of tires for the 50% race, and if we use two different sets, that shouldn't be an issue. Mandatory tire? No, that's not an option. I thought there was more screens. Oh, it's button number 1 for that. What is button number 1? Oh no, it's button number... I don't know, I'm going to lose this position trying to figure that out. I don't think that's an option either way. Is it in any of the other menus, maybe? I think that would be something they would give you that information about, but apparently not. Weaving. I want to keep wear off these tires as much as I can. Another thing I would like to see them fix is the fact that if I use these buttons, that menu will go away. Versus I would like it to just stay. See now it automatically went away? No, I don't want that. I want it to stay. I want that to be always on.
Pick up the pace a touch, please. We need to close to within 10 car lengths of the car ahead.
I'm on it. I'm on it. This is a pretty long safety car, actually. That could be huge for us to try and do that strategy. Sorry, I'm trying to look at the recording stuff. No, we're good. My time is so limited to get this stuff done. I can't have any errors or recording bugs. So let's see. If I make it to lap 10, which would be 2 additional laps, more than what they thought these tires could do, that would give us a 20-lap run on mediums. I don't know that that's possible. What it could do is, instead, we could do... Did Van Dorn just have an engine problem under safety car? Oh, Renault. What it could do is we could do super soft super. That's the other option. Because our run would be extended so far. If we couldn't do super medium... Oh, I see, we're going green. I was like, why did it just take away control from me? And then let's make standard. 2.8 laps of fuel.
Okay, let's get ready to go racing again. The safety car is in this lap. When
Ready?
the field accelerates, remember,
What is he doing with his
no
hand?
overtaking until the green flags. Safety
No,
car
seriously, what's he
in
doing with
this
his
lap.
hand? I'm not doing anything. Why is that happening? Let's get his stretches in, alright? And
Track
away.
is clear. Green flag. A new strategy is available from the MFD.
Could you have not told me this? Alright, yep.
Confirmed.
I figured that's probably what we would do. I wish I had actually seen what lap he was going to recommend that on. I figured... Whoa! Hulkenberg! What a move! He sailed that! I am impressed. I am legit impressed by that. That was really ballsy and good. I think I didn't do... I mean, I obviously didn't try to put in the tires.
Mix 3 is there if you need it. Mix 3.
It's good info because we may need it. Especially with no DRS available just yet. I'm going to be pretty aggressive with my ERS usage right now. Make sure I at least keep up with them. Until DRS does get enabled. We're in the draft really well here, which is good. I won't have to use much.
Give us the best in lap you can.
That seems early. That seems too early.
1.8 seconds.
Oh, I think they want to go supers, medium, supers now. Alright, I'm going to do whatever they say. Because I don't have it worked out in my head exactly what we should do. So I'm going to trust their judgment, believe it or not. But I don't fully understand why he wants to do what he wants to do. Ooh, easy. Ooh, that's always close. Wonder if he ran out of ERS or something. A little silly that I'm doing this right before a pit stop, but... Oh, buddy! Boy, that got dicey.
Box, box, box.
Yes, yes, yes. Alright, I'm not the only one pitting, so that's a good sign. Okay. Don't forget that we gotta hold the clutch on that stop now. Damn up. Oh. Does he not say go, go, go or anything? Because that would be very useful. Alright, we came out ahead of signs. At least.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. Receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track.
Wow, they dump you out into the track, a much better spot now. We did lose time to Ricardo.
Have now enabled DRS.
Oh, wait.
DRS is now online.
Huh. I may have misclicked. I thought I had gone to mediums. Because I hit the right arrow when it asked, but I must have gone down before I went back up. So I guess we're sticking with a normal strategy then. Huh, that's weird. Oh, hello. Yeah, that's weird. I didn't think that was the case. I thought for sure I had clicked to the medium strategy. That's why I was so confused that we were pitting. Oh well. It's not the end of the world, I don't think. I don't know why I got so loose on me there. Unless those supers had just really gone off. Take it easy on this DRS for a moment. It's easy to forget that it's there. That it's a thing. Cars are coming out of the pits. I think we just clipped Hulkenberg, not clipped, but we got him, I mean. So that's good. That means we will hold position overall, most likely. Car is really good on these softs. I feel like that might be another one of the big changes, is that the different compounds... I feel like the difference between, supers and softs isn't nearly as dramatic as it was. It almost felt a little over-dramatic in the last iteration. Or maybe the tires have changed. That's also valid. I know they kind of shifted around the compounds to bring in the hypers.
2.4 seconds.
You know what they are? Hypersofts, the Angel Softs.
Kevin is in for his stop.
Okay. See how we're doing amongst him. I don't think he's doing any different strategy either. Looks like he might just be touching the points here soon. Seems like somebody is slow ahead of Verstappen and Ricciardo, so we might be getting into traffic a bit. This was the nice part of our pit stop, is we didn't really end up coming out into any traffic. A little wide there. Using low modes here and still running some good sectors. Feeling good. I'm going to try and save even more through this section. So I guess the only part I don't really know just yet is if the harvest only pays out at the end of the lap. I guess I'll notice. Let's see, we're at 62, 63. No, it does pay immediately. Okay. So those are just guides. It's not like it pays out harvest at the end. The only thing that is set is that you can't use more than the white bar per lap, which I'm not really in danger of yet. Kind of settled into a nice place in the field here. Been a bit of a boring place in the field, but I mean, at least we're being easy on the equipment, I think. Easy on the tires. Not having to run rich mix or anything, and not really abusing the ERS. Seems like lifting and coasting is actually more important than I imagined it would be. So like, well, maybe not even coasting, just lifting before getting to the brakes. Seems like that gives the regenerative braking the best chance. Since these are cars that obviously I left foot brake with, it's a little bit difficult to manage that exactly. Definitely feels like there's a lot of drivers doing differing strategies in this race. This might get interesting towards the end. because I feel like there's going to be some comers and goers near the end, as we're staying with a strategy that keeps us kind of on the optimal tire, versus I think there's others that are going to try to extend runs out. So we may end up racing other cars at the end. Doing nice at keeping that gap to the Renaults. Definitely not closing in the gap to the Red Bulls, which, I mean, really, as has been noted in the comments, is a good sign. You know, it means that we're probably doing pretty well on our balance, because that's pretty much where Haas and Renault are. You know, they're a pretty good distance behind Red Bull, unless something weird happens. But they're well intermixed with each other. I'm not outpacing my teammate ridiculously. So yeah, I'm glad that it seems like we're in a pretty good place in the field. I think that's the case. I put a lot of time into trying to figure out that balance, running just, you know, single race stuff. Trying to see where I fit in the field. Verstappen's getting held up here, for sure. By Alonso, maybe? Maybe that's Ricardo? No, I think it's one of the Toro Rossos. Inspired to start moving a little face.
By 6.1 seconds.
It is Toro Rosso. And they are racing hard. Wow. Whoever that is just put it to Verstappen. Which one of the two it is?
Our gap to the car in front is 1.6 seconds.
We are gaining significantly because of Gasly's effort here, who is on mediums, by the way, doing that other strategy. We're actually closing into the front of the field as well. I think everybody's being held up to some degree. They just touched. They touch, they touch. Oh, Gasly. Come on, power. Wow, I can't believe we didn't pull. He defended and then parked it in front of me. Used a lot of ERS right here. I shouldn't want to lose a lot of time to this. Jesus, at the sail in he did! I couldn't believe it. I honestly couldn't believe it that he sailed it in that much. How in the hell did he get that thing to turn in? My kindest regards for nudging him, but Jesus! I was just flabbergasted. I had zero confidence he was going to make that turn. Which is something I have definitely heard is a talking point of the AI balance right now. It's just a little bit, maybe too aggressive in some aspects. But I think it's actually pretty entertaining to see. You know, they're battling each other really hard, but obviously screwing each other over real bad too. This is the second car in a row Verstappen's been held up by. I would have been held up by Gasly there if I hadn't pushed the issue so hard. This is is not going to be the time for us here. Gosh, they blocked the apex so hard. I think that's the biggest thing. I think Verstappen is off power right now. I did notice that the brakes seem a little bit different with these cars. Ooh, buddy, he wasn't giving that up. So I think I might be braking too early. I might not be trusting the brakes enough just yet. Still in that learning curve, still getting comfortable with the car. And its potential, I think. I think more than anything, that's the biggest changeover for me right now, is this car just seems like it has so much more potential in it than what I was used to. I feel like I can push it way further into the turns, through the turns, and in especially the braking zones. See, once I cleared them, it was game over. Pulled right away from them. But when they're around somebody, good lord, they are aggressive and they pick up time like crazy. Now Ricardo's getting held up by Sauber. Let's actually charge our battery with this draft. I'm gonna get DRS here. Alright, he's pitting now. See, I'm gonna harvest as much as I can and use as little as I can right here. Ooh, easy. I feel like I lost the rear end a little bit right there. Well, obviously I did lose it, but I feel like it snapped around a lot earlier than I expected it to. I feel like I'm still struggling a little bit at how to save battery power and how to regain it. Because I've been struggling to get it above this 50 mark for most of the race. I don't know if that was close enough or not. Nope. So I need to be more aggressive at getting on the corner exit and then turning it off for the into the straightaway and into the turns. I imagine you can almost use it. Ooh, don't touch that curb. It's kind of a traction aid. Like, you can lower the amount of power to the ground.
It looks like you're running on some slightly worn rubber at this point.
Okay.
You should still have a fair amount of grip left, but be mindful. It's going to start falling away.
Roger that. Is it window open time yet? I don't remember what I was saying now.
Approaching the pit window.
Okay.
You'll be on the softs. The gap to the car behind is 4.1 seconds.
So we're managing that gap behind us real well. Red Bull teammates are going at it here. That's going to keep us relevant to them. Currently sitting P7, so we're holding pretty solid with our position despite the different strategies. We'll see how that plays to the end of the race. Doesn't seem like anybody's one-stopping. I think if anything, people are going to be on supers at the end versus we'll be on softs. And I really feel like the gap's going to be so big that it's not going to matter. Finally, I did get it up to 60. As they were racing each other, I was able to kind of relax a little. I need them to get back at it. Even though the tires are worn, the car still feels pretty good. A little bit of grip loss in the back, for sure. Yeah, this battle between the two of them is helping me immensely. in my mind, it's more useful to use the battery power on turn exit, but I'm not entirely sure that's true. It might be the case that I should be using the battery power at the end of the straightaway when the drag is the highest. That's something I'll have to learn and develop a strategy for. Just kind of doing what comes naturally to me right now, because doing that's better than, I think, doing nothing at all, which would be the most natural. Interesting here that the Red Bulls are kind of running down the Mercedes. In the race, they seem to be a little bit better, which I don't think is miles away from correct. See, like this turn, it probably makes sense to keep that power down, because I'm never going to put that much power down anyway. Same for right here. So until I get the wheel pointed straight, save that power and energy. That is the danger distance for me. Right there was where I could hide cars behind the halo. And that's where the difference is between the game representation and a real-life representation. Because, yeah, I should be able to basically look through and around that halo on a straightaway to see that car in front. That's why I said the races on the street courses and the tighter races, those are the ones where it's going to become a major talking point, I think. And I'm going to go to in-lap here. Ooh, overdrove that entry a touch. Got some fuel to use, might as well use it. It was run a little bit wider than optimal right there. Curious what the undercut's going to look like here if those two get separated.
Hit now. Hit now.
Alright, Jeff, calm down. No need to be so aggressive. Alright. Pit word, we're going to get held on pit road here. We'll see. Hit my drinks button there and freak out the camera.
Go. Exit now. We're racing on the exit.
Shouldn't there be a red and green light? I didn't think they went off of calls anymore. Especially Haas.
Pit strategy complete.
Alright.
See these tyres through to the end now.
Hey, this time they definitely did shove me out into turn 1 too far. We do hold our position, and we're currently ahead of Bottas, who's on mediums. So that's confusing. Did he have a bad pit stop? What happened there? So we're on better tires, and we're ahead of Bottas. Can we hold that position? The game says, here, have this challenge. We will have DRS. Part of me is real stressed out about how many things there are to do, you know, with the ERS, the fuel management and whatnot. But part of me feels like even more immersed than usual in this game because there is so much going on all the time. It actually is pretty interesting and entertaining for me.
Kevin is in the pit. minutes.
Maybe not for the viewer, but for me anyway.
The gap to the car ahead is 8.8 seconds.
I'd have a good run down the straightaway to block any attempts. Those two are going at it again. This time Ricciardo falling back. Or Ricciardo. Or whatever you would like to say, really. My ability to pronounce things, not my strong suit. I think we still have somebody that hasn't pit yet, and I'm wondering if it's somebody that's one-stopping. Or just on a very different strategy. He is here. But we're not really under any major attack just yet. Feels like because of the... Ooh, that was a big hang-up. Because of the safety car, we're a little bit better on tire strategy than we were to begin with, I think. No, I guess our pit stop didn't really move. I don't know. Something just feels really good about the overall pit strategy so far, and the overall tire wear. Makes me really think we could have one-stopped if we pushed it real hard and aggressive. Okay, I think we have a Force India that has not pit. I also think I need to save my ERS up. This is probably a good time to do it. They're going to get held up in traffic here. And this is not... Ooh, easy. Doesn't seem like Bottas is in any hurry to get around us. No, yeah, he's actually pretty far back right now. See, I'm going to go down to 2 again. I'm going to hang out in 1 for this section. I hemmed and hawed about using the automatic ERS deployment or not. I'm glad I chose to not. In the end, I could probably have run... Oh, this is starting to get a messy. In the end, I think I probably could have run a more aggressive AI, a higher setting if I had. But I think it's more fun to have to manage the battery stuff. Oh, this is messy. Oh, it's Ocon. Who we talked about. Probably losing that ride there, or almost certainly losing that ride. It's unknown if it'll happen this season or not. I just realized Ricciardo's out on mediums. I think I'm the only car out here on softs. Or in this pack. Interesting. I wonder why they decided to do that. That explains why I'm running these guys down. I'm worried that these tires aren't going to make it to the end of the race now, though. Draft endures, saving the ERS. There's your episode title, right there. If I can remember it. They're going at it again here. Oh, they went at it too much, I think. How's this gonna play out? We have a hell of a run. Nope, nowhere for me in this party. Hello, goodbye. Be beautiful. BEA beautiful. That could not have gone better. I'm gonna borrow. This is gonna flabbergast people because I hate Fortnite and I never play it, but I'm gonna borrow a term from one Ed case in Fortnite. I just third-partied the hell out of that. Meaning, they were having their own battle, and I came in and took advantage of it because they were too distracted with each other. Loving that happened. Alright, now I need to watch the tire wear. So I'm a little worried that because we're on the softs, our tires are going to go off, and they're going to be in better shape at the end of the race than we are. Did you see how much he defended on the entry and screwed himself? Feeling more confident with defending the turn there. Yeah, he really cost himself that position. So yeah, I'm curious to see how this plays out to the end of the race. So I think we might end up coming around to the other cars in this pack being faster than us as our tires degrade and theirs don't. Curious to see how that works.
Should be good on tyres for a while. The wear doesn't seem too bad at the moment. Just take care when you load them up.
That was apt timing there. Yeah, I don't think this is a race where we haven't positioned by pace. We've positioned by consistency and not getting caught up in battles. It seems like so much of the field has been fighting each other that they're burning their cars up and burning their tires up. And they all went for this super soft medium strategy that I just don't know where the advantage was there. Defend against some DRS right now. We are getting down there in the battery charge, so I got to keep in mind of that. He's poking the nose right there. I think it's probably already starting to happen where our tires are, if nothing else, equaling out, and their car's performance is starting to shine. So it's only going to get worse as this race progresses. I think this is probably the best I've driven at this track. I've had a lot of races here where I've made a lot of driver errors, especially in that turn we just went through. That cost me positions and time. And I felt pretty solid here, other than that one big slide we had right here. Hamilton's getting held up. Wait, what? 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 I thought for sure we were dealing with a lap car. No, Alonso is P4, obviously doing the one-stop strategy. And making it work right now. What? Boy, I felt like maybe we were too far up the field, but look at this jokester. swear it felt like and looked like we had just gotten touched. Like the car moved a little bit.
+1 lap of extra fuel. Fuel target +1.
Well, we should be able to get around Alonso here pretty easily. And then hope that he holds up Ricardo a bit.
5 laps of fuel remaining.
We actually do have a lap. Sometimes that's exaggerated. Yeah, I am totally flabbergasted. He must have one stopped versus everybody two stopping. Makes me really wish we had tried it, because I think we could be sitting on the podium right now if we had tried it. However, we're still well exceeding expectation. Here we go.
The distance to the leader is
That draft.
21.2 seconds.
Not quite going to get there, I don't think. Plus a big defense. Actually, he opened up the inside, then immediately took it away. Can I have the outside? No. Can I have the inside? Somebody told me, somebody warned me that the AI are extremely defensive this time around. And we are getting a bird's eye view of that right now. I'm gonna have to get around him in the DRS zone. Sure I get a good exit. Let's use all of our battery right now. Overdrove it. Whoa, buddy! Did we touch? I don't know. I really wanted to grab an instant replay, but it's too late. We only get like 10 seconds. He saved it, because he's still behind us. I don't think we touched, but we may have touched. I didn't get any warnings or anything. It was tight. There's no doubt about that. I thought it was going to be a great over-under move. It didn't quite pan out that way. Boy, the blocking is definitely pretty unreal.
Reduce the ERS deployment, please. We need to charge the battery.
Right? This is a good time to do it, because I do think our moving chicane is going to hold up the Red Bulls.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
For the time being, so we have a few laps to breathe. That is quite a glob. It's Alonso, Verstappen, Ricardo, and Bottas all under a blanket. I really don't know how to rate my performance in this race as far as adjusting levels, because it's just played out so weird. Our strategy ended up being like one of a kind. We were the only one to stick to the strategy of super soft softs.
Our gap behind is 2.4 seconds.
And then our competitors were just so caught up in racing each other, they kept slowing each other up. At the moment, I would say I might look at a fractional increase, but not major. Looking at our qualifying pace.
Gap to car in front is 3.8 seconds.
Boy, you can physically feel the difference in power between the modes, especially low.
Gap to teammate behind is 15.6 seconds.
Whereas they half-assed the Halo implementation, they certainly have done very good at the ERS implementation. That's a layer of complexity I wasn't expecting from them, to be honest. And the implementation is very slick. Alright, Ricardo's gotten around, Bottas has gotten around. As we head to the final lap, we may be under a little bit of attack again. Make sure we're saving as much as we can of the battery. Inside line with DRS off. Alright, we've charged up pretty good. We can probably easily get through this last lap. Using as much as we want, basically. This was good. When we started this race in that first stint, I thought it was going to be a dull one, and I thought we were just going to stay there mid-pack. But I think our strategy, as much as I questioned it when Jeff said it, I think our strategy was the right one. I think this is a
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
position via strategy more than anything. And some pretty solid driving, I think. I was happy with the drive. If they hadn't mucked around so much behind us, I think we would have probably ended up 6th or 7th where we kind of were targeting. Because these tires are definitely... yeah, they're not super happy. They're not terrible, but they're not super happy. Versus their tires are probably only in the 30s. After the setting fast lap of the race in the last lap. Hold the fireworks! I'm not done yet! Oh, Bottas was coming. Yeah, he was. Alright. What a wild one. That was fun.
Top job, my friend, top job.
I agree.
I was a bit worried about this one at the start of the weekend, but you pulled through.
What are you worried about? We practiced well, we qualified well.
Here's our winner, pulling their Ferrari into Parc Fermé. What a fantastic race it was. And I have to wonder, Anthony Davidson, just what set them apart from the competition here?
Well, the safety car completely changed the race, didn't it?
No.
It's hard to say exactly what would have happened without it, but there's no question that they came out of that situation in a good position.
And as we can see, it's time for the podium, and as the drivers make their way out, there's a familiar red suit making its way to the top step.
With an unfamiliar driver.
And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. It's a good result for Kimi Räikkönen, who extends his advantage at the top of the championship. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
Difficult call, but I'd like to say Esteban Ocon. He's just so gifted at getting the most out of his tyres, and he showed that today.
And now let's take a look at the constructors' standings.
I already
Ferrari moved to the top of the table. Meanwhile, a strong weekend from Red Bull this time out, and they improved their position in the championship.
So did we.
That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye, and see you again next time.
That was cool. That was a cool race. That was very cool. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Magnussen didn't score any points. He got close. He got darn close. So 2 stops. Yes, it was a 1-stopper from Alonso that put him up in that 4th position, but fell down to 7th at the end. Still a good drive for him. Ocon got 10th via a 1-stopper. In the field, obviously Bottas had something weird happen, is why he got behind there. I don't understand. What I really don't understand is the decision from everybody to go to mediums. I did supers and then softs versus, let's see, the only other driver to do that was Verstappen, was Hülkenberg down in 9th. Huh. Bottas went super soft mediums. 3-stop strategy. Räikkönen won on a 3-stop strategy. Oh, because they pit under the safety car. So they basically just took an additional stop. Interesting. Crazy race. Definitely a crazy race. I feel like we're missing a stop. Didn't we pit twice? Supers, softs, and softs? Supers, I went to softs, and then I used up those softs and went to another set of softs. I swear I'm missing a stop on this. We stopped twice, and we didn't put supers on again, did we? Wait, am I going crazy? Did we put supers on the second stop? I might be going crazy. I'll have to watch it in the edit, I guess. Alright, well that will do it for... Well, that might do it, unless we have an interview for our Bahrain Grand Prix. Thank you as always for watching. I'll see you next time. Oh, here we go.
Good day today. Tell us about it from your perspective.
Okay, we just want to look for the one that's
You
good
really
for...
looked in control of your car out there. Your team must be
for the
thrilled.
fans. I'm thrilled for the support. Team must be thrilled. Can't do it without a great team behind me. Yep, that's what they want.
You gained a lot of positions during the race, didn't you?
Power advantage, aero package, it was great. Car was sticking to the track. Car was nimble as breeze. Power advantage, aero advantage. I'm gonna do the chassis because we're doing a... Oh, it was aero, okay. Your aero department will notice that.
Great. Well, that's everything.
Great!